was going through this last night, I'm like, man, this is a big game Friday night.
There's
a lot of big games, like you talked about.
Good one too. I didn't even mention this off the top. This is a really good Friday night game too in the Big 12. TCU and Arizona State. We've got Arizona State 2.5-point home favorites, 54.5 the total. Both of these teams off victory in tight games last week. Well, I guess TCU pulled away late, but that was a pretty close game most of the way against SMU. 35-24 the final score in that game. And Arizona State with a walk-off field goal to beat Baylor, 27-24 on the road in Waco. So both of these teams getting victories in their first Big 12 game of the season. So this obviously, it becomes a big game. You know, you're 1-0. You want to give yourself the best chance to contend in this conference. One thing that I've noted with Arizona State is against the the better teams on their schedule, the offense hasn't been totally clicking this season from start to finish. I think it's had moments where it's looked great, and then moments where they've looked a little bit in disarray, out of sync. I could say the same thing about Sam Leavitt. He's been really good in certain moments, and he's struggled, in other moments. TCU's defense. Now, North Carolina doesn't have a great offense, but I was impressed with it. And against SMU and Kevin Jennings, I actually was kind of impressed with TCU's defense. They struggled at times, but when that game was there to be won and taken in the fourth quarter, I thought that Horned Frogs defense really stepped up, at that part of the game. So this total's come down 56.5 down to 54.5. But and going into the season, I would have thought at 54.5, I'd be betting it over here. But I think TCU's defense could be a decent amount better, from what I've seen years past compared to so far this year. Not to mention Arizona State, like I said, they haven't been firing on all cylinders in these games, start to finish on offense. So I get why some people are interested a little bit, maybe in the under here in this game. Not a game at the moment that I have circled to bet. The total I'm neutral on. Sidewise, I lean ASU at home, though, as long as this stays below a field goal. I think for TCU, that was a revenge game for them against SMU last week at home. Now they got to go on the road, and face an Arizona State team that, in particular, here in Tempe, since Kenny Dillingham arrived on the scene, this team's played very good football at home, and it wouldn't surprise me if they pull out the win. One thing that does concern me, though, is even though I'm leaning Arizona State, Leavitt does have to play a little bit better, because Josh Hoover has certainly played pretty solid at quarterback for TCU. And I think there's definitely room for improvement for Arizona State's offense. Now, of course, you see, their former running back, Cam Scadaboo, playing the way he is for the New York Giants in the NFL this season. Obviously, they miss him to a certain degree. But it's not just that. The offense just been a little bit out of rhythm. I think they've struggled to find consistent receiving targets outside of the great Jordan Tyson on this Arizona State team. So that's all been things that I think they're working through. But, on this home field, laying less than a field goal, I still like the team. I still like the coach a lot, Kenny Dillingham, in fact. And there's no slam to Sonny Dykes. Sonny Dykes has done, a pretty solid job. But I still prefer Kenny Dillingham as far as the coaching battle. So it's ASU at this number if I'm betting it. C-Mac, what do you think? TCU, Arizona State.
Yeah, on the total here, what do we get? Because I think it's been that both defenses have played better. Because I wanted to go through the pace of play. They're both pretty up there, though, right? Just this year.
TCU is nearly as fast as they were last year. And Arizona
not as
State
fast.
Modest.
But these are top 25. Just through the first 3 weeks, both of them, a little bit. And like you talked about, the offense just been a little bit off. I think both of these defenses are maybe a little bit better. But I think if the offenses click, this does go over. But, that's got to happen in this game. So maybe it's a little bit of a discount, this total. Yeah, this is a tough spot for TCU. A lot of hype. Hoover, looked very, very good. Big win for SMU. What do you have? About 4 or 5 touchdowns? You have all 5? I think he had all 5 against SMU this week. So, and they held on. SMU got the lead there, at the start of the fourth quarter. 2 touchdowns to show. By the way, one of my tough losses, the over on that game. I thought that was good. I thought SMU would get a late score. Did not. To bring that up. Always bringing up my shit losses. So
because those are the easy ones to remember. That's why. Yeah.
Oh yeah, still thinking about the whole fucking game. But I think Arizona here. I think this is a spot to take them. I think they're ready Friday night. Give me Arizona State.
All right, Arizona State, CMAC leaning in that direction as well. All right.